busy connecting. Yeah, I'm connected, so I'll wait for Daniel to come on.
So you killed the app?
I killed it. I killed it completely, and now reopened it, and it says that I'm connected.
Yeah, I can. You can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear. So all good, yeah.
So sorry, I don't know what was going on.
That's very weird. Anyways, carry on. You can carry on.
Okay, but have the students seen me yet, or am I starting from the beginning?
Okay, so you can carry on, yeah. Okay, nice one, mate. Alright, mate. Speak to you later. Bye bye. No worries. Bye bye.
Okay. Apologies for that. Don't know what was going on with the program. And welcome everybody. Yes, let's get started because we've already lost a bit. Come back to your comfortable sitting position. Just rest your hands on your knees, roll your shoulders back and down, and let's just set this intention. So breathing in and out through the nose, using your Ujjayi breath. And let's just get back into the space. So stay here with your eyes closed. Just listen to this quick story that I'm going to tell you. It's about a place called Lemuria, or Mu. It's one of the earth's lost lands, where heaven really was a place on earth. A time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And in Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal and were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that even a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun was no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team who at soul level are devoted to creating this kind of place and harmony on the planet right now. And you are, because you are part of this More Vibe tribe. You know, we're all in this together, and we come to practice, and we're continuing with our practice and raising the vibration, the frequency. So thank you for all your commitments and wanting to do this work. It's not easy. It is easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you're being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future, and it is closer than you may think. So you may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your community, in your home space, or within yourself. So know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. We are connected, we're still connected. So let's just tune into that frequency of Lemuria, this beautiful harmonic place on earth, within and amongst each other. So we're going to buzz up into the heart. We're going to do Brahmari breath, which is the bee breath. So, and you're probably at home alone, or maybe you've got your friend or your family member with you. So you can make this buzzing sound, beautiful buzzing sound. Place your hands onto your heart, and we'll do the bee breath into the heart. Roll your shoulders back and down. Let your belly relax. And we'll do 7. 7 is this very auspicious, powerful number. So first take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then inhale. open your eyes, rest your hands down onto your knees, and just feel into this vibration as we raise this higher frequency of love and compassion, openness to all beings, to ourselves, to Mother Nature. And breathe deeply into that feeling of spaciousness. So the Brahmari breath is a little bit different to traditional style in Forrest, but it's still quite beautiful. You're buzzing up the heart space and feeling quite high after that. And gently open your eyes, remove the roll or the block from underneath you, and bring your left leg in front. So you're going to be either in this cross-leg position with left leg in front, or you're going to bring your left shin on top in a half lotus position. Bring your left hand out to the side, bend your elbow, soften your neck. And then on your next inhale, take that right arm up and over and relax your neck completely. We'll take a few deep breaths into the shoulder, relaxing the shoulder. So make sure that this left shoulder is away from your ear. So bend into the left elbow. Sometimes you might even feel very comfortable to bring the whole forearm onto the floor. Be quite flexible. Make sure that your right hip is not lifting up off the floor. You want to keep grounded through both your sitting bones. So you might even be up high like this as well. Your shoulder is away from your ear. The top shoulder is in a wrapped position and the jaw is relaxed. So breathing into the shoulder, into the jaw, and with every exhalation, letting go of another layer of tension. Take 2 more deep breaths. Feeling the body relax with every exhalation. On your next inhale, the top arm floats down to the side, pulls your torso back to center. The bottom hand cradles the side of your face and prop your head back on top. Change the cross of your legs, right leg on top or in front. Right hand out to the side, bend the elbow. Inhale, raise your left arm up and wrap your shoulder. Spaciousness through your neck, through your shoulder and your jaw. The bottom hand, the elbow of the bottom arm bent so the shoulder drops away from the ear. None of this hiking up like that because that's not comfortable. You want to bend the elbow, drop the shoulder. Top shoulder is wrapped, so like a rounded sensation through your upper back. And jaw is really, really soft. Deep Ujjayi breaths in, deep Ujjayi breaths out. The purpose of this neck release pose in a seated side bend is to bring softness, like a highway between the wisdom of the heart and the knowledge of the brain, clear communication between the two of them, making decisions based on the harmony of them two, not just one or the other. 2 more deep breaths, letting go of another layer of tension, rippling down the shoulders and off the body. On your next inhale, this top arm floats down to the side, your torso comes back to the center, your bottom hand cradles the side of your face, and prop your head back to the top. Alright, so we're going to practice Uddiyana. Oopsie, I'm getting my fairy lights tangled in my hair. So I'll just turn myself to the side and I'll show you. We'll do a Uddiyana bandha here in the seated position. So you'll be exhaling everything out through the mouth, and when you do that, you're just letting your neck relax. And then with the breath out, you're going to pull your belly button back to the spine and suck it up and under the rib cage, holding it in with the belly in and the breath out as long as you possibly can. Once you've held it as long as possible, then you're going to exhale fully, releasing the belly. And when you do that exhalation, you're really going to feel such a softening and a deep relaxation as you let that go. Okay, we'll do 3 Uddiyanas. So when you're ready, take your hands in front of you, fingers spread. Everybody exhale fully through your mouth. With the exhalation out, pull the belly button, suck it back towards the spine and pull it up and underneath your rib cage. Holding the belly in and the breath out as long as you can. Start to tiptoe your fingers forward a little bit more so you can get a lovely traction in your ribs. Soften the neck. When you need to, first let your belly relax, then exhale fully, and then inhale, come back up to sit. Let's do 2 more. Exhale fully through the mouth. Breath out, belly in, suck it up and under the rib cage, soften the neck. Stretch your fingers forward to telescope the ribs. First, let your belly go. Inhale, come back up to sit. Final one, Uddiyana. Exhale fully. Suck the belly in and pull it up and under the rib cage. So you're feeling this concavity. Let the belly go and inhale, come back up to sit. Alright, grab your blanket or your rolled up towel or your block and time for abdominals. Anybody that is dealing with back issues, you always have options to keep your feet flat and firmly on the floor. It's kind of on your back. Those of you that may be expecting, please don't be holding the breath or contracting your abdominal muscles. You'll do the rest of the cues except the holding and the contraction, okay? And also if you're pregnant, it probably is better to keep your feet definitely on the floor because this action of lifting the feet already contracts the abdominal muscle. So you'll keep your feet on the floor, you'll keep your block between the thighs and you'll be squeezing, okay? And you're just going to focus on lifting up maybe a little bit as you exhale, squeezing, okay? No contraction here. The rest of you, we're doing a gate opener. So I'm going to, hopefully you can see me because you need to open the legs wide. I might actually do it this way around, so this is going to be better. Oopsie. Okay, so you're squeezing the block or the roll between the thighs. Your feet are lifted. Your hands are underneath your neck with your elbows pointing up. This is really good to work. You're going to feel it through your hips. You're going to feel it through your lower abdominal muscles. And we call this gate opener. Elbows are pointing up, toes are spread, feet active. Everybody inhale into your low back and hold the breath. Curl your tail, squeeze the brick, exhale, lift your head and shoulders skywards, pull your belly button down. Place your left hand onto the brick, press down so it doesn't fall out. As you inhale, bring the legs wide open to the side. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone, push your hand into the block and pull your belly button down to your spine. Inhale, bring your legs back together. Exhale, head, shoulders down, hands behind the neck. Take a deep breath into your low back. Hold the breath, tuck your tail, squeeze the brick. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders skywards. Pull your belly button down. Put your right hand onto the brick. Inhale, bring the legs wide to the side. Exhale, tuck the tail, pull the belly button down. Inhale, bring your legs back to center. Exhale, head, shoulders down. 2. Take a deep breath into your low back. Hold the breath, tuck your tail, squeeze the brick. Exhale, head, shoulders, lift up, pull belly button down. Put your left hand onto the brick. Inhale, legs go wider. Now, as you're reaching the legs to the side, feel almost like you want to touch the sides of the room with your feet. As you exhale, tuck the tail to emphasize your lower back pressing into the floor. Press your hand into the block. Lift your right shoulder blade higher. Pull the belly button down. Feel it there. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, head, shoulders down. 3. Take a deep breath into your low back. Hold the breath. Tuck your tail. Squeeze the brick. Exhale, head, shoulders lift skyward. Pull belly button down. Put the right hand on the block. Inhale, legs go wide. Exhale, tuck the tail. Push your hand to the block. Lift your left shoulder blade higher. Pull the belly button down. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, head and shoulders down. What did I say before I left to go to Africa? I said this year, 2020, we're doing 6. We're going up from 4 to 6. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Tuck the tail. Squeeze the block. Exhale, lift your head, shoulders skywards. Pull your belly button down. Left hand press into block. Inhale, legs wide. Exhale, tuck tail. Lift your right shoulder blade. Lift your right elbow higher. Spread the toes. Reach through the inner line of your leg. Pull your belly button down. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, head and shoulders down. Now I can feel it. Final one. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Tuck your tail. Squeeze the brick. Exhale, head, shoulders, lift up. Pull belly down. Right hand on the brick. I'm shaking. Inhale. Open the legs wide. Exhale, tuck tail. Push your hand to the block. Lift your left shoulder. Touch the ceiling with your elbows. Spread your toes. Reach the legs wide. Pull the belly down. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, everything down. Oh yeah, that's so good. Put your hands on your belly. Everybody take a deep breath in. And open the mouth. Let that all go. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Feeling that beautiful fluttery feeling all over the body. That warmth, that Manipura chakra. The center is now engaged. Switched on. Touch your fingers to your heels, everybody. Spread your toes, feet active. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curl your tailbone, lift your hips up, lift your navel, lift your chest. Come to your bridge pose. In your bridge pose, allow your palms to face up to the ceiling with your neck completely relaxed. Everybody take a deep breath in, expand your ribs. Exhale, tuck your tail, squeeze the block or the blanket, reach the knees away from you. So this is the formula for a bridge, is to inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, tuck the tail. Squeeze the brick, reach the knees further. The whole time while you're in this bridge pose, your feet are active. Your toes are spread and lifted. Formula, inhale. Exhale, tuck tail, squeeze brick, reach knees away. Take 3 more. You can even put your hands on your ribs and feel them expand as you inhale. Exhale, tuck tail, squeeze brick, reach the knees away. 1 more, inhale, expand ribs. Exhale, tuck tail, squeeze brick, reach the knees. Now inhale, exhale, tuck tail, and lower your upper back down, pause. Inhale, exhale, tuck tail, middle back down, pause. Inhale, exhale, tuck tail, all the way down. Remove the brick or the blanket, place it to the side, roll over onto your left side, and come up. So for those of you thinking, why are you rolling over on the left side? Why are you doing everything on the left first? This is the thing with Forrest yoga. We kind of, a little bit rebellious. We do things on the left side first, and then the right. It's kind of like, why not? Why not change it up? We can't always do things in one specific way. I understand the whole science behind right side first, but there's been no harm doing left side. It's like a harmonization, a balance, and a little bit rebellious as well, which Anna Forrest is in a good way. Alright, so we're coming into our working into the shoulder wrapping and switching on the muscles, the serratus anterior muscles, the rhomboids, the lats, all these muscles here which we need to engage for our inversions. Inversions being down dogs, dolphins, those kinds of things. So we will work on a little bit of conditioning. Dolphin block lift. Now if you don't have a block, you can use a book or you can do it without. It just really helps when you have something to press your inner elbow into so you can feel the muscles engaging and switching on. Okay, so grab your prop. Squish the elbows into the prop, the block, the book. Spread your fingers. Engage your bandhas, Uddiyana bandha, Mula bandha, upward flying belly and root lock. And then exhale, lift your knees and hips up. Once you're in your dolphin pose, raise the block up and place it back down with the breath. Inhale, lift the block up. Exhale, place it back down. Inhale, lift the brick up. Exhale, place it back down. Now, if you have tried and you'd be like, oh my God, I can't lift this brick up, it's quite challenging. So there's an easier way to do it. You can do it with your knees down on the floor to start, squeezing the brick, lift the brick up, then lift the knees up, then keep the knees up as you place the brick down and then put the knees down. So you're kind of breaking it down into pieces. If you don't have a brick, you can also do this without the brick. It's just a bit more challenging. So you're in your dolphin, you want to lift your elbows up at the same time. And you want to put them down at the same time. It's actually not more challenging without the brick, because you do have the space where you could cheat. And, I wouldn't know. You might be like, one. But you want to try and do it together. Have you done 5? Or maybe some of you have done 10. I know some of you love doing this. It feels good. Okay, so once you've done 5 or 10, make your way to the top of your mat. Let's do some suns. Warming up. I'll step to the side of my mat. Alright, bring your hands in prayer at the center of your chest. Roll your shoulders back and down. Breathe. Take a look down to your toes and lift them up, spread them. Engaging your quads, engaging the inner arch of your feet. Tailbone down, abs engaged. The first 2 rounds will be going very slowly for those of you not familiar with the way we do modified chaturangas in Forrest yoga style. So pay attention when we come to the chaturanga part. On your next inhale, raise the arms up. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left leg back into a lunge. Drop your knee down to the floor. Reach the arms up and telescope the ribs. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step into your plank. Modified chaturanga. Everybody, drop your knees down. Keep the core strong as you tuck your tailbone. Flat back, elbows in as you lower yourself down. Flat back, lower down all the way. Inhale, come into your low cobra. Neck is relaxed. You're not looking up. You're making sure the back of the neck stays long and relaxed. Exhale, telescope the ribs down to the floor and press back into your downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, wrap the shoulders towards the armpits. Imagine you've got magnets in the inside of your elbows and they're pulling towards each other. Ribs in, neck soft. Inhale, look forward, step your left foot forward, lunge, drop your right knee down. Reach the arms up, shoulders wrapped. Exhale, hands down, step to your forward fold, top of your mat, relax neck. Inhale up, exhale, hands prayer. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg back, lunge. Drop your knee. Reach the arms up. Take a moment here to focus what is happening with the pelvis. Tuck your tailbone down and feel how that activates into your inner right thigh, your hip flexor, your quadricep. Decompresses the low back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, step back plank. Modified chaturanga. Drop your knees. Tuck your tailbone down. Belly button in, shoulders away from the ears as you lower self down. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders away from the ears, hug the elbows in. Exhale, lowering down, press back, downward facing dog. So once again, you're in your down dog. Wrap your shoulders to your armpits, soften your neck. Lift the torso off the shoulder joint, engaging bandhas, tailbone up. Press down through the heels, strong through your legs. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Inhale, gaze forward, lunge. Right foot forward, left knee down. Reach the arms up. Lift the ribs away from the hips and pelvis. Exhale, hands down, step to your forward fold. Top of your mat, relax your neck. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands prayer. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg back, lunge. Drop the knee, reach the arms up. Telescope the ribs. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, back. Drop your knees. Exhale, tuck tail. Lower your down. Modified chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lunge. Left leg forward, right knee down. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Top of the mat, feet side by side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands prayer. Inhale, arms up. Last one. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg back, lunge, drop knee, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down, modified chaturanga, so tuck tail. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lunge, right foot, left knee down. Arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands prayer. Take a few moments, just come to the stillness, focus on the breath. In by the nose, out by the nose. So, we're coming down to practice flash prep. Now, if you have a wall that you could use, this would be like an up level. You know, some of my students who've been doing this flash prep a long time, it's like no problem for you. You could do this against a wall, make it a bit more challenging for yourself. I'm going to demo both because I know not everybody has a wall space close to them. Some people are doing it, you know, in between small spaces, and you know, always be mindful of your surroundings, that you're not going to hurt yourself if you do lose the balance or fall. Right, so flash prep. Starting with your grabbing your elbows in your palms to make sure that your shoulders are above your elbows. Lovely, lovely stacked, stable foundation. Bring your forearms to parallel. Start by taking your right hand back. Make sure, and I hope everyone can see, that your elbow is directly above your wrist. So you don't going to have it like a incline like that, because that's not a stable base. You want your elbow directly above your wrist. That elbow doesn't point out to the side, it tucks in, so you're wrapping your shoulder and you're lifting the space between the upper back. So really, really wrapping into shoulders, working bandhas. From here, you're coming up into your flash prep. Now, from this stage, you could lift up your left leg. So that's going to be your second stage. So first stage is to keep both feet down and just to stay here. Keep lifting into your upper back so you're not collapsing. So if you're happy in your second stage, stay here. Those of you that would like to practice third stage, you're taking your hand to the side, so you're up on your fingertips, bending your heel to your bum, and then you're going to take this right hand back and reach for your foot. I haven't done this for a while. Yeah! So you're going to come into dorsal fin. You're making a little dorsal fin at the top. So that's your flash prep. Relaxing when you need to. I'm going to talk you through it once again. And this time I'll show you on the wall. So those of you that are already regular and done this a lot, you're going to take 5 breaths, up to 10 breaths, okay? So in your first stage is both feet down, second stage is opposite leg up, third stage is dorsal fin. Now, more challenging is to do this on the wall. Okay, so you're putting your feet onto the skirting board, make sure your knees are below your hips, elbows below your shoulders, so you can measure if you want to, grabbing the elbows. Take your right hand back, 90 degrees, inhale into your upper back, exhale, step your feet off the wall. So that would be your flash prep, first stage, second stage, and then third stage is to bend your knee. Now here, I wouldn't advise grabbing hold of your left foot with your right hand unless you're feeling really strong that you're not going to collapse into your left shoulder. So after you've taken 5 to 10 breaths, you're going to come and relax in your embryo. And I'll be demoing it on the other side. Make sure you're doing both sides. So that was your right hand going back. So this time the second set will be your left hand going back. Make sure 90 degrees nicely with your left elbow above your wrist. Your shoulder in line with your elbow. You're rounding into the upper back, engaging the core, the bandhas, and then your hips, knees left. So that's your first stage. 5 breaths. Second stage is your right leg to left. It's always the opposite leg to the arm that's with the elbow in the air. Your third stage, reaching your left hand to the side, bend your heel to your bum, and keep lifting up out of your right shoulder as you reach back to grab your foot. So that's your dorsal fin. 5 breaths. Or 10 breaths, whoopsie, using the balance. Taking your embryo after 5 to 10 breaths. And it's normal to keep losing the balance and falling out, especially when you're doing dorsal fin, third stage. So play around with that. Okay, so if you've had a bit of a break, please do take a longer embryo if you need to. Otherwise, come to join me again at the top of your mat. Feet together, hands in prayer, shoulders back and down. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga or knees modified. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left leg forward. Come into a warrior 2. And I'm going to just turn myself around. So from here, we're going to come into a head to ankle prep. So basically I can explain this so that you know what you're doing with your left elbow. So I've got my left leg in front of me. Is to put your left hand onto your inner left thigh. Okay? And you're going to move your upper body, your torso towards the right side. And your hand is very close to your foot. Now, sometimes it's helpful if you have some kind of a prop to put the hand on, because not everybody, can get your hand to the floor. So you can put your hand on a prop. The left elbow is the one that stays absolutely straight. So you're not bending the elbow like that, because then there's not much traction happening in your left side ribs. So you want to put your hand into the meaty part here, not by the knee joint, in the meaty part, and press. Then while you're pressing your torso away from the left thigh, you're feeling a stretch in your left ribs. Your feet, pay attention, are always active, so your toes are lifted. Let your neck soften and feel that you're kind of massaging a little bit. Your femur away from the hip socket, opening this left hip. Take 3 more breaths. Softening the jaw. Keep your right leg engaged, thigh contracted. 1 more breath. Exhale, coming into a lizard. So hands on the inside of your left thigh, rock backwards and forwards a few times. Okay, so from here, I'd like you to transition into head to ankle, which the head to ankle prep is quite great for. We're going to do it, if you do have a block, you can use the block, otherwise don't worry. So you're going to lift up your hips and hike your right foot a bit closer. So now there should be a big gap here. So you're going to bend your, keep your left knee nice and bent. You're going to bring your whole torso down. Now if you had a block, if you put the block underneath your left foot, this makes it just a little bit higher and a little bit easier. So you're just hanging your torso down. You're going to take your left arm under your left thigh and you're going to grab the ankle with both hands. Tuck your chin to your chest and you're just going to hold it here, trying to hike your head underneath your ankle. So this is your head to ankle pose. Really works into your hip, into the back of your leg, into the hamstring, into the back of the knee. And you feel a lovely stretch in your ribs. Take 2 more breaths. Back foot active. Exhale, relax, release, and then step back into your plank. And then lower yourself down onto your front. So here, it's important to work into the shoulders. One of my favorite poses is shoulder shrugs in boat pose. Elbows are 90 degrees to the shoulders and the wrists, making like cactus arms or goalpost arms, fingers spread, neck relaxed, legs squeeze. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your elbows dragging down. Again, everybody inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your elbows drag down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze shoulders, shoulder blades, elbows squeeze. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Keep your neck relaxed, no crunching the neck. Exhaling as you drag it down. Inhale into the back of the heart. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Inhale. Step your right leg forward. Warrior 2. Okay, so right leg is in front. Coming into your head to ankle prep. Remember, your option, of course, is to use a block underneath your left hand if you don't have a block, a book or a water bottle or whatever, if your hand can't touch the floor. So, you can put your hand on the floor if that's available. Your right hand is in the inside of your right thigh, in the fleshy part, never on the knee joint, that's too much. Fleshy part, and you're going to press your torso away from that right thigh. Your left hand very close towards the left foot. Remember, block option if you need to put it on a block. I'll just balance the sides, so I'll also put it there. Neck soft. Breathe. Feet active. Left thigh quad contracted. Take 2 more deep breaths. Feel like you can massage a little bit into this right thigh. Exhale, release, come into your lizard pose. Hands on the inside, rocking backwards and forwards. Hands kan jy asseblief vir hom vra, moet ek op tyd eindig? Just take a few moments here in your lizard. 5 breaths. Can you ask him if I must finish on time or must I go over like 8 minutes? Okay, so from here, we're going to come to the head to ankle. So lift your hips up, hike that left foot a bit closer. Now if you have the brick, place it underneath your foot. Again, if you don't have a brick, it's just easier with the brick, but yeah, let's work into the hip. So you're going to just trip your body down. Take hold of your right ankle with your right hand and your left hand on your right ankle, and then tuck your chin in and use the shoulder into the inner thigh to try to get your head under. Now, I know some of you might be able to get your head all the way under, and some of you might be quite far away. So this is just a really nice hip opener and stretching into your left ribs. Keep your left quadricep engaged. Take another 3 breaths. Just watch the breath. And notice when you are struggling a little bit in a pose, maybe you're not taking full enough breaths. Exhale, release. Step back into your plank. Oops. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, below cobra. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Okay, next set of vignettes. Inhale, step your left leg forward. And then drop your right knee down. So this is kind of like what we were preparing our hips for. And this is called like roadkill, yeah? So depends how open you're feeling today. You might just have like a half roadkill. Otherwise, you're going to really drop yourself down. It's like you're almost coming into a lizard, but with the back knee down. You're going to bring your shoulder underneath. And from here, you've just got to trust yourself, yeah? You're just going to really surrender and let that knee come back as much as possible. So you're feeling the hips opening. Ideally, you want to try and get your head under, but you know, we just go with what we've got. So if you bring your hand back, you bring your other hand back, and you get a bind, and maybe your head drops down. So this is almost like a kind of roadkill. Those of you which are feeling a little bit more open, you can try to slide your left foot forward. So it's almost like splits. And take a few breaths. And alternatively, you could be here in a bind with your legs not so far apart from each other and just really relaxing into your neck. 2, 3 more breaths. Rachel, if you're doing this, you've got such a beautiful one. Rachel. And release. Alright, step back. Vinyasa, Chaturanga or modified. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right, let's do the other side. Inhale, step your right leg forward. And drop your left knee down. So I'll turn myself around. So you're just going to bring your body all the way down. And then wrap your arm underneath. Grabbing on. So trying for the bind. And then you've got to trust yourself, maybe sliding the knee and the foot further away. So just letting your body be heavy and just softening down. Really opening into these hips. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Take 3 more breaths.
You didn't pick up any keys and cancel?
Oh, just send him a text. Oh, okay. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Good. And then step back into your plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, come down into embryo. Dat ik moet 8 minuten oorgaan. Okay. Few deep breaths in, few deep breaths out. Okay, and then gently come up. Now, if you have a wall, you can do this on the wall. Otherwise, you're going to do it just, freestanding. I'll quickly demo on the wall. So you're going to come into with your bum as close to the wall as possible. Stepping your right heel into the wall. Hands as close to you as possible. And bring your left leg up the wall. So you're going to come into your splits, standing splits on the wall. Really try and press your pubic bone and your pelvic area towards the wall. Now those of you that don't have a wall, obviously, you'll be doing this just freestanding. Okay. I'd say take about 3 to 5 breaths on each leg. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Okay, so once you've done both sides, this is handstand splits on the wall. I cannot do this freestanding, like my other yoga teacher friends. Commit hours and hours to practicing. You can do that. When you've got hours and hours that you practice one thing, you all know you can get it. I haven't yet got to that point, so I like to do it on the wall. Now, if you don't have a wall, you could just try and do a couple of, handstand hops and see if you could hold it at the top with a bit of a split, yeah? So you come in and you're trying to split your legs. Now, if you have a wall, I find it easier. So you could put your knees below your hips, your feet into the skirting board and lifting into your upper back, engaging the bandhas, coming into down dog. Once you're here, You're going to step your feet up the wall so you make a 90-degree angle with your body. And then from there, if you feel comfortable, one leg goes up. If you feel even more comfortable, try to split the legs. Ribs in, balancing. Your shoulders are wrapped and you're lifting up through the mula bandha. Toes spread. 5 breaths. Ribs in. When you have done one side, you can step down and you can take a few breaths in between, just in a forward fold with a figure of 8 through your elbows. Rolling up. Doing the other side, standing, or if you're doing it on the wall, knees beneath hips. Once again, you've got that nice position, hips, down dog, and then stepping up your feet. Now, for those of you that cannot step up the wall, it's a bit challenging. You could just step one leg up like that, and then change to the other side. If it's already, too much to get yourself up the wall. When you're in the wall, don't bring your feet too high. That's going to make it disastrous in your spine. You want to keep your feet in line with your hips. You want your bandhas engaged, pull your ribs in, and your shoulders wrapped. And then this time, you're going to bring your other leg away. I think I've done that one already. And hold it here. Ribs in. Deep breaths. Coming down. From here, figure of 8. And then letting go and just coming into a squat. Do a couple of wrist circles. So it is almost 1:30 because I had a little bit of technical problems in the beginning. If you do need to go, if you need to get back after your lunch break to some appointment or whatever, then please feel free. Otherwise, please cool down with me. So come to your back. And take your dead bug, bend your knees, hold on the outside or the inside of your feet, your choice. Chin in, and just allow the spine to flatten and soften down into the floor. Now, a cool down which I really love doing is called hammock. This won't work if you don't have something to use as a strap kind of device. So you could stay in this very relaxing dead bug, happy baby, okay, as your warm down, cool down pose. Now, if you had a strap, you could do hammock with me. You could use a piece of scarf or piece of material. If you are using a strap, you want to thread one end of your loop through both rings, yeah? And then you want to thread it back on itself. Okay, so you make like a nice circle. And you take the circle around your legs. And you take both edges of the strap, lying down, and put the strap around your neck. So now you've got like this little hammock. Then both of your arms are going to go through, and then just rest. This is really comfortable. Your hands are resting on your bum, you can play the bongos, and just relax. Some of you might be really open in your hips and you can do like Yogi Dandasana with your ankles crossed behind your neck, then that might be comfortable for you. So this, I would like to say, can be your final cool down pose, and if you want to stay in this longer, you can stay in it as long as you wish. Just completely relaxing. Otherwise, if you've had enough of your cool down pose, release out of it, out of your dead bug or your sleeping yogi or your hammock, and then come to relax on your back, everybody, for your final Savasana. Just let your arms and your legs flop open, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale through the mouth. And then just let that go. If you do have the Spotify playlist open, you can skip to the second last song, Angel's Prayer, I believe it's called. And you can put that on for your final Savasana. We'll just take a few minutes here, just relaxing. Nothing to do. So let's have 2 minutes of complete silence together. We deserve that. Gently start to wiggle your fingers and start to wiggle your toes. As you inhale and as you exhale, squeeze your knees into your chest and just rock yourself side to side. What a nice way to, take a lunch break, to work into the hips, work into the shoulders, those areas of the body that hold lots of different kinds of tensions, emotions, feeling a bit more spacious. And very gently roll onto your left side. Use your arms to push yourself up and come to a comfortable sitting position with your hands in Anjali Mudra at the center of your chest. We'll finish with one Om on the exhale. Take a deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me, and I'll see you on Sunday at 6:30. Have a good week. Enjoy just focusing on beautiful sun coming in from outside, the light, and being able to breathe and move. And be safe, be the warriors, be the light givers, the part of this transition team, so we can make this beautiful Lemuria, harmony on earth. Namaste.